Hello, everybody. I'm the Godzilla Reader, and yeah, it's been quite some time. Yeah, been a while since I last posted anything, especially with the last one. But I'm back. With the first video of 2024. Now, don't worry, you guys. I'm planning to make an update video, basically explaining what's going on with this channel and what I have planned. But honestly, my only excuse as to why you haven't uploaded anything is I've been busy. That's basically the excuse anyone has. But anyways, enough of that. Let's focus with the video right now. Now, as you saw in the title, basically I'm doing a review. Yeah, something that I kind of promised to do with Sonic Frontiers, and I never did it. But who knows? Maybe I'll do it in the past. But no, in the future. But yeah. I'm doing a review, and this time, I guess for the very first time, I am with someone. Yeah, first collab on the channel. Although, not really a first collab, since I've actually collaborated with this guy in his channel. In fact, if you guys are aware of a certain series called the Kenshin Chaos Breakdown, well, that's who I'm working at, and it's in his channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome NeosGamer.
What's good, party people? This is NeosGamer 04. Oh, Christ. That's so freaking cringy. Let's just look past that. But, yeah. Yeah, for the first time. So, apparently this is the first time I'm actually on Reader's channel for a change.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, I'm used to you being on mine.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. This is the first time you're in my channel, but I'm in your channel like so many times.
Yeah, it's like, Jesus Christ, when did my channel become a collab? Oh, when did that become a collab channel? Like, Jesus. Like, literally, for the longest time, some of the videos on there, it, like, always had you or someone else with me for that.
Pretty much. But, it's happening.
But aside from that, yeah, this time around, as Reader said, we're basically going to be reviewing something. And since a new little show called, what was his name? Oh yeah, Hazbin Hotel, since that's released recently, we're going to talk about that and give out our thoughts for how we feel about its first episode. Now, I've already watched the current 6 episodes, so I'm already up to date on the series. Since Reader hasn't watched the rest of the show, we're only going to be critiquing it from episode 1 at this point. If we do more videos on this, we'll probably be critiquing it either through each episode or probably the series as a whole. Depends on how Reader wants to do this.
Yep, that's basically the plan. So, yeah. Let's start this with the first episode of Hazbin Hotel. Now, I guess for some people who don't know, for those who aren't aware, Hazbin Hotel started out as a pilot animation with the premise being basically Lucifer's daughter, Charlie, trying to find a way for sinners to go in heaven so that they don't get repeatedly killed with the extermination. That's basically the premise. A simple premise, but honestly, from what the pilot had to show, definitely had something really interesting. Now that the series has officially come out, we can finally watch it in its glory, and, well, episode 1... Well, how about we talk about the first episode, I guess, in deeper parts, I guess. Like, I guess the first one we could start with this first episode is... I suppose the animation. Now, as you expect for a series like this, yeah, the animation really isn't that smooth at all compared to the pilot. Although considering how these types of series work, especially with the budget stuff, yeah, I guess it was a needed sacrifice. Although, if I have to be honest, the animation, it's not terrible, but I will say it's, I don't know, I kind of wish it had that smoothness that the pilot had, but once again, I guess it was a needed sacrifice because, well, I'm not saying that I know everything about how these types of things work, but I guess with like having a budget and all of that, since this is like a legitimate series that actually is like published in like in the big media. Yeah, I guess some stuff had to be made, some like decision has to be taken for it to happen. I don't know. What do you think, Neos?
Well, even though I do actually like the animation for episode 1, I do kind of have to agree with you, especially when looking back at the pilot. I do know after I watched episode 1 of the show, I did see like a few scenes again of the original pilot, and actually noticed that, yeah, in the pilot, at least like in most parts of it, the character, like the way how some characters are animated, they move a lot more fluently and like just seems like there's a lot more energy there when it comes to like how they move in certain scenes versus most of the time in the main show. I don't know what the exact reason that is. I don't know if it's I don't know if the show itself has been made on the cheaper side, since sometimes for some animated shows that might be the case for why the animation might be a little more limited. Like it could be that, or maybe the show is probably I guess mostly animated through rigging, like in order to make the characters look more on model for most scenes that they're in, since a lot of animated shows nowadays kind of do that, where they'll already have the characters designed, but basically for certain scenes they'll be rigging them just like, they'll basically rig them as if it was like a 3D model. In a sense, so they don't really have to redraw the character like every single time they draw like a new frame that they show up in. Sometimes some shows nowadays will do that, but not all of them. I don't know too sure if Hazbin Hotel is one of them, or if it's a case where it was made on the cheaper side for why some of the movements seem, I guess, not as fluent. But at the same time, like, I think, like, it's fluent enough for you to say it where it's like, there isn't exactly like a dull moment in the show. At least like when seeing what the characters do, they seem to be very active for the most part. I'd say at least like on the animation department, I don't know if I'd say it's a downgrade from the pilot, especially since again the pilot is literally just there to pretty much be made to introduce the premise of the show and like to pretty much get the show greenlit. But I think it serves well for what it was trying to do here. In my opinion, I think it serves well. But then again, since this is the first episode, I guess you shouldn't expect too much crazy stuff happening, but I'd say it works for what they were going with for this one.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with some of the stuff. Honestly, what I hope is that at least, maybe in some parts, we will get like that smooth animated animation. Like I know series like the Howl House or even Amphibia actually had some scenes where like they like actually used smooth animation. Like I guess if I could get an example for both series, in the Howl House when Luz and Amity are dancing, yeah, that's like a really like smooth animation. If we're Amphibia and activating your Calamity Calamity superpower form for the first time, yeah, that also used a smooth animation. So I'm hoping that once I continue, maybe you know this, Neos, but once I guess I continue with this series, at least I guess we could get like more like smoother animation, or actually maybe if it's not smooth, like actual like parts of that are actually like that are like great, really well animated. Yeah, that. Oh my god, why did I struggle saying that? Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically our thoughts on the animations. Now we can move on I guess the character side, especially since well, some of the characters have been redesigned, and also literal voice actors for the characters. I guess I could say with the characters, I guess for the redesigns for like Charlie and Vaggie, they look pretty good, honestly. Yeah, they look, honestly, this is the best redesign that these two have been given. As for the rest, well, from what I've heard, Alistair and Angel Dust apparently also got redesigns, and Yeah, where's the difference? That's what I want to know.
I think the only difference when it comes to like Alistair is just that his hair's a little bit longer. At least, like I guess when comparing how he looks in the pilot versus the main show, because he did look just slightly different. Like at least like when I was looking back to see some of the differences between the main show and the pilot for some of the character designs, and in the case for like Alistair, I'm pretty sure it probably has something to do with like maybe just like I guess a little bit of his outfit and the difference between the hair. Since when I was looking at the character designs like between the pilot and the main show, his hairstyle did look at least a little bit different from the two of them. At least like from what I remember seeing. But in the case for Angel Dust, if there was like any difference for how Angel looks, I honestly could not tell you what it is. 'Cause to me, at least, he looks pretty much the same as he did when the show was like first announced, or at least when the pilot came out. But if there is like a difference, I can't really tell. And I guess for Husk only looks like only a small bit different. Like if there is a big difference, I can't really say. Like the only thing I could probably say is maybe just a little bit of his height, and I guess just how the colors look on him now. But aside from that, he also kind of looks mostly about the same as he did in the pilot.
Actually, I was gonna say that I think the only difference that Husk has with like this original design in the pilot, I think he's wearing overalls. That I don't know. It looks like he's wearing overalls, or I don't know. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me. I have no idea. That part, yeah, I don't know. But I guess we can agree that in terms of character designs, yeah, they look pretty good. Honestly, there's not one that looks bad. Although, except for that one character, which we will get on later on. I guess personality. Well, yeah, they're still the same as they were in the pilot. I guess Charlie. Yeah, Charlie's still trying to like with her idea of like having sinners go in heaven. Vaggie being, I guess, the overprotective girlfriend. Alastair being kind of the troll that he is, and also I guess, and also one detail that I actually like that they had it is the fact that to him he thinks that like, I guess for him to like having like a commercial for like the hotel, for him the best way to do it is having it being on radio and not like on basically modern TV, since actually that's a part of his character which I actually find it interesting. Like, oh, okay, he's basically a cultured man. He thinks that basically radios are a better way for like, I guess, having publicity than just modern television, basically.
He's basically old-fashioned, or I guess as some people say, he's basically an old head.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Angel Dust. Well, he's horny. That's all I can freaking say.
Yeah, he's as risque as ever.
Yeah, and Husk. Well, he's still that grumpy character, which, yeah, Nifty is crazy as always, and
that's for sure.
Yeah, and yeah, that's, I guess we could say about the cast. Yeah, I guess we could say that their personalities are still consistent with how they were in the pilot, yeah?
Yeah, from what I've seen, pretty on point. Almost none of them skip a beat. They pretty much all seem like the same way that we remember them.
Nice. And I guess for the voice actors, well, I guess, let's see, voice actors, everyone seems to do good, but I guess at some point, let's see, Alistair, at some points, there are moments where, like, his voice isn't, like, radioed, and it sounds a bit weird. So, yeah.
Yeah, but, like, even though I actually kind of like Alistair's new voice, at the same time, I will admit, I feel like there's, like, some points where they just don't really have the radio effect, or at least if it is there, because I can hear it, but it doesn't seem as effective as it was for, like, his original one. Like, I think it's an audio... I feel like it's an audio mixing problem. That's probably what it is. I think it might have been, like, an audio issue when it came to, like, doing his voice. Except, it doesn't seem like they changed that. It seems like either they didn't notice, or maybe it was just like a deliberate choice by Busy Pop or someone else. I don't know for sure, like her or maybe the audio directors. I'm not entirely sure, but there is like a clear difference in how he sounds. I mean, of course, it's a no-brainer. It's not the same actor from the pilot, but I mean, when it comes to like the effect for his voice, there's like a clear difference there versus how the effect was used for like the OG actor. So, like, again, I don't know if it's like a deliberate choice or if it might just be a mistake that somehow they just haven't noticed. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess for Angel Dust, well, the new voice actor, which if I'm not wrong is Blake Roman. He does alright with Angel Dust. I will say there are moments where like he kind of sounds like a Muppet character, but yeah, he does.
Muppet character.
I don't know, but Blake Roman as Angel Dust is alright. Although I will say the time where his voice actually works is with the song Poison, which I'm guessing it will be like playing at the series, but yeah, the song was like released before episode 1. So yeah, I will say when he sings as Angel Dust, yeah, he does a pretty good job with it. And
I think that was the episode 4 song, if I remember correctly. Like that's the song he plays during that episode.
Oh, okay. Okay. And I guess the big gun in terms of choice of voice acting, David Cave as Oscar.
Oh yes, the GOAT. I'm sorry, you're gonna hear me raving over this guy the whole time when it comes to Husk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, it's funny because in terms of career, Cave David, I guess I know him a little. Yeah, I do know him a little bit, but I haven't really seen all of the stuff where he's part of. Aside from Oscar, I know that he voices King Andreas in Amphibia. So
I can give you a few other roles he's played. One of his other ones that he's best known for is Spawn, and also Goliath from the Gargoyles cartoon. And he was also the Flame King in Adventure Time.
Oh dang!
Oh. Yeah, this man's got has a good catalog of characters. Although I guess I also kind of, this is probably not going to work much for Husk, but I feel like he probably would have said it like in the past. Like there's one performance that Keith David did in a movie called I think it was called Tales from the Hood or something. I don't remember the exact name. But I know at the end of the movie, his character basically serves as like a devil-like character, where he literally just pulls up to the guy and says, "Welcome to hell," before he calls him the MF word, and then pulls him down. I kind of want to see Husk just do that for one scene, or at least like have it be a flashback.
Oh God! Oh yeah, that'll be hilarious. But yeah, Keith David as Oscar. Actually works. It actually does work. Yeah, I think we can agree that some of the voice acting in terms of the characters, yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I think they're all good. The only ones I think I'd really would switch out just for like the OG voices is just I guess just Angel Dust. Even though I actually do like his new one. Like, I kind of want to know how it would have been if Michael Kovac, I hope I'm saying his name right, if he was still, like, Angel in the show. And I don't remember the name of the guy who played Alistair in the original pilot, but I kind of wish he stayed, too. I like the new one, but I kind of wish the OG voice was still here. Everyone else, on the other hand, I kind of like their new voices more. Especially Husk.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be surprised about that one, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Cave David, of course. It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT.
Exactly. Exactly. Don't diss him.
Yeah. Okay. Character. I guess the songs in this. Well, okay. There's a second song, but we'll talk about it once we get to the actual problem that we have. Yeah, now the song, Happy Day in Hell. I think it's a good song, honestly. And I think, yeah, it really is a good song. It really, like, shows Charlie's, I guess, determination to like really want to like have this goal that she has really like work. And yeah, it's a good song. Although I will say the things that I don't like is, well, maybe if they actually added that smooth animation, maybe it would have like more like energy and color to it, because unlike compared to the other song in the pilot, yeah, no, it was a crazy animation. This one is just Charlie just taking a stroll in the freaking city. And also another thing that I don't like about the song is when Vaggie sings, and no offense, but whenever she sings, whenever she sings, she doesn't sound that good.
I thought her singing was okay. Like, not my favorite singer in the show, but I think for the most part it was alright. However, like I was going to say that the scene itself is kind of played in an almost ironic sense, because literally, as the song says, it's a happy day in well, hell. However, the thing is, you do see Charlie dancing around the entire place and literally saying, well, as the song states, a happy day in well, hell. At the same time, like, when you like hear everything and see it from like her perspective, you would think, oh, well, maybe she's looking at this with like a brighter outlook, saying, oh, things could get better. But then when you see all the crap going on with every other person there, you realize, oh yeah, no, this place is freaking terrible. Everybody's trying to hurt each other, or everybody's like kind of like weird, or just kind of a little messed up in some places. Like the song is good. Don't get me wrong, but the same case, it's like I feel like that's kind of the thing that makes it. I don't want to say super funny in that sense, but at least ironic in the sense where it's like, you're on Charlie's side and you want to see her outlook on things. At the same time, you cannot deny the fact that everything else that they are showing you, they're basically telling you, no, this place is a pigsty. You do not want to be here.
Yeah, little. Oh god, yeah. I'll give you that. It's pretty ironic. Like, oh, I'm singing about how this is so. I'm singing about how this is gonna be the best day and best day in this place, and then, oh god, this is freaking messed up. Actually, in terms of funny moments, well, I guess yeah, there was some pretty funny moments in this. Well, I guess we could all go over the plot. I guess we could go over a little bit with the plot, although I will say the plot is in this episode isn't really all that big. Basically, the plot is basically it takes place after an extermination event. And right now, Charlie, Vaggie, are trying to like figure out basically they're trying to figure out a way to basically make a commercial for the hotel. And while they're trying to figure out that, Charlie receives a call from her dad saying that she actually gets an interview with the Angels. Again, we're gonna go over them a bit later on. But yeah, basically she gets an interview. She managed to get an interview with the Angels, and basically goes in her way to do that. Yeah, basically while also singing the song. Now, I think the funny moments happen while she's also having an interview with the Angels, but basically some funny moments that do happen, I will say, I guess when Vaggie is trying to like make the commercial for like the hotel, and honestly, I think the funniest one is whenever she like is basically recording Nifty. And whenever Nifty's looking at the camera, she's like, so did I. She's like, she ain't responding. She's staring at the camera like, what the hell? It's like, oh god, Nifty. Poor girl. Okay.
It's a riot.
Yeah. Okay, now we got off, I guess, all the good stuff. Now it's time to talk about the bad stuff. And honestly, all I can say are the Angels.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, the freaking Angels. So basically, who are the Angels that Charlie is going to have an interview with? Well, as it turns out, it's Adam, accompanied with what appears to be an exterminator girl. Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna let Neos have this one because, yeah, I feel like you have a lot to say about that.
Okay, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. These two freaking suck. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm already going a little deep into that right now, but they freaking suck. The moment these two were in the episodes, one of them in particular, Adam, showed up. My mood for this episode went from 100 down to maybe not entirely 0, but it went down pretty low for how my experience with this episode was. I liked the episode at first, don't get me wrong, I still think there were good things. The animation I loved, and the character designs, but Adam, oh my freaking god, I could not stand this dude the moment I first saw him on the screen. When I first saw this episode, and heard the stuff he was saying, it annoyed me to no end, like literally. It's like, okay, so how can I describe this character? Basically, the man is basically a narcissist and an egotist. That's basically like the best way to sum him up. And also the first human to be an angel. So I mean, naturally, it would make sense. He would be a little pompous. It's like, oh, okay, okay, I can understand that part. It would make sense that he would be a little pompous about that. Like he'd be a little bit on a high horse. Like I can give you that. But then it gets worse where he actually brags about it so much that he's literally talking about one thing that also annoyed me to no end every time he talked about it, and even I was with Charlie on this one. It's like, god dang, can you dang it, man, shut up, nobody cares about that. Like, this is not the reason why she's even here. She's here to negotiate with you right now, and this is what you talk about? It's like, okay, we get it. You're high and mighty. You're the first angel, or the first human to become an angel. Oh, okay, good for you. We do not care about the other stuff you're talking about here.
Oh god.
And also, I have another critique. Even though I like his design, and that's probably one of the only few things I like about him at all, both in this and later in the show, I have a question. Why the freak does he look like a demon? I cannot be the only person thinking this. He literally looks like he's one of the demons himself. Like, is there something I'm missing here? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm missing something, or maybe there's something they'll reveal like in like the season finale or something. I don't know. But it's like, dude, he looks like it. You cannot tell me he doesn't look like a demon. Like, okay, the colors on his outfit, yeah, definitely rings bells for an angel. Everything else, down to his face, to even those dang horns on his head. No, this man looks like a demon. Are we trying to say he's a Nephilim? Is he an angel demon hybrid now? Is that what's going on here?
I don't know, but yeah, about that part, yeah. I will say this, even though this is the first episode, yeah, I think, yeah, in the trailer, when the trailer was announced and these guys actually appeared, yeah, just from the designs, the fact that they actually swear, yeah, or it was already a red flag that the angels are probably not gonna be or they're not gonna be all that portrayed all that good in this series. And after watching the first episode, I can confirm that this is absolutely the worst portrayal you could have done to these guys. I mean, okay.
Especially for those two in particular.
It's like, yeah, it's like, are you serious? You couldn't even bother to actually make okay, first of all, yeah, why do they look like demons? Where is the freaking difference in that? And why do they swear? Why do they like have this like really like mean behavior and all of that? It's like they couldn't even. It's like they didn't even bother to actually have the angels act like divine and like, I guess, respectful, like, and actually like good guys. Like, no, maybe later on it gets, I guess. Since we only see these two in the first episode, maybe later on the angels are actually going to be better than this. But why is the first guy that we see Adam, like freaking Adam of all? Is there something I'm missing? But why is Adam not only the first guy that we see with this type of design, but why does he act like this? It's like, also, yeah, I will agree with you. The fact, the first thing that he talks about is just, oh my god. Is like his freaking crutch, like, I'm the original crutch. If you don't know who I am, I'm the original. I'm the one who started this. Call me Dick Monster. No! Fuck off!
No, nobody cares about that. Like, I'm with you, and I'm even with Charlie in that one scene. It's like you could even tell she was bored listening to that. She was annoyed She was just like, oh my god, is there anything else you can talk about? We know, like, she wouldn't say something like that out loud, normally. But I kind of wish she did. It's like, oh my god, get to the point. Get to the point. This is not why we're here. Like, there's something else we're trying to discuss. We're trying to discuss a whole thing about allowing some of the people in the hotel to be redeemed and hopefully get a gateway into heaven and not be exterminated.
Yeah.
And here you are, not caring whatsoever, and the only thing you can talk about is your crotch while you're stuffing your face. Like, Jesus Christ, read the room, bro. Read the room. This is not what we're talking about.
Oh, God.
Like, this is not what we need to talk about here.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, God. Yeah, and, yeah, just, that's so stupid. And oh, yeah, another thing that I think really kind of, I guess, ruins the whole image of the angels, and it really kind of shows that they didn't even bothered, is basically in the song, Hell is Forever. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a good song. But the fact that it's a rock and roll type of song, and yeah, the fact that Adam, while he sings, he keeps freaking swearing, and he also does that cringy ass, like, guitar solo, fuck yeah, that, no, just no. And also another part of the song which, yeah, really kind of feels like it ruins the angels in this. Basically, they now in the opening, basically maybe that we should have mentioned it in the beginning, but considering how minimal it is, yeah, basically the episode starts with like a flashback, basically kind of like a flashback that explains, basically just tells the story of the Bible with the whole Adam and Eve type of stuff, loose creation of Earth, all of that. Honestly, I didn't really care for it since it's pretty minimal. Although I will say in that part, they try to like think of like a different side to Lucifer and I guess Lilith in terms of what they were trying to, that they had good intentions, even though if I'm being honest, it doesn't really work at all. And considering that what they did actually does end up messing things up, yeah, no. But aside from that, basically in that opening origin story, we get an explanation as to why the angels basically hasn't even actually for basically the reason is for the extermination. And basically the reason for that is basically so that the population of hell doesn't like grow. They just want to like I guess reduce it a bit down. However, in the freaking song that Adam sings, he quite literally admits that the only reason they do this is because it's entertainment. And at this point, all of the stuff, all of the like everything that is like anything.
Basically, he's trying to say everything that's good about the angels that you would normally expect do not apply to some of the ones in this show, or at least Adam and his partner in particular.
Pretty much, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But yeah, basically that. Just yep. As it turns out, the angels are actually more evil, more like malevolent than the demons. That makes no freaking sense.
Dang, now that's ironic.
That's ironic. They're supposed to be good guys and be like more like in the good side, and here they are acting like jackass, and they're actually more evil than the angels. Especially since Adam quite literally tells Shelley, "Oh yeah, we're gonna move up the extermination for 6 months. I know it's a bit earlier, but honestly, I'm getting sick of tired of waiting, and I want to kill these guys because I do not like them."
Racist much?
Yeah, oh god. Not that I think about it. Oh yeah, oh no. If that's the case, if someone even has to say that the angels are racist, yeah, that doesn't sound right.
I mean, I know the race card is kind of like thrown around a little too much, but for Adam, I feel like it kind of does apply.
Okay then, yeah, I think we can agree that the angels were absolutely the worst part in this episode. They really ruined everything.
I'll say this, some of them are a little better later in the show, but for this, yeah, no, they give you a pretty bad impression of what to expect.
Yeah. Okay, I guess, yeah, we've said everything, and yeah, I guess we could end it with a conclusion. So yeah, what are our thoughts on this episode? I guess what I can say is that it had a good beginning, but then went downhill ever since the angels appeared. Honestly, honestly, I will say it is a bit of a shame that this is like, it's a shame now this is how we get like a first look of the first episode. Honestly, it really does not give a good impression, especially with the the angels, which honestly I feel like they didn't even bother. It's like I feel like the only reason they had them act this way is just so that we could get bad jokes, which no, that's not what I'm asking for, especially for a series like this where like it has a really clear premise. And honestly, I feel like for this type of show, I feel like some decision must have been taken so that it works. But again, the angels, they're not even different from demons, and honestly, it does question a lot of whether it's even a good idea for the demons to even go to heaven, considering that if this is how the angels act, there's no freaking difference. But yeah, that's just my opinion on this first episode. It started out good, but honestly went downhill. I guess maybe later on it gets better, but honestly that's for me to see. So, what about you, Neos?
In my opinion, I feel like the first episode doesn't really give you a good impression of how the series is going to be. I mean, the beginning of the episode started off mostly strong. Like, it was decent. It was pretty good. But as it went on, like, the moment the two angel characters show up, that's kind of where things kind of fell flat. Like, that's kind of where it's like your entire mood is going to be changed, and it's like you're either going to like or you're going to hate these guys. And personally, for me, I hated the two characters they had representing them. Like, the ones you'll see later in later episodes, I feel like are portrayed a little better. But here, these two are terrible. Adam especially. I could not stand any moment I saw of him in this show. At least, like, for this episode, I definitely could not stand him, and literally he is the thing that ruined the whole episode for me. Him, and literally just like his cocky attitude. I guess that's a bit of a pun unintended, but still pun unintended. But I could not stand seeing him at all. Like, with all the stuff he said, and literally just how he treats Charlie throughout that entire moment. And pretty much it's telling her, yeah, there's really, like, no hope for you guys. You guys are going to be finished in the next few months. I hope you're ready for that. It's like, it's like, Jesus. It's like, aren't you guys supposed to be the ones setting a good example? Last time I checked, angels are supposed to be holy. Why the heck are you two not like that?
Simple. Bad writing. Bad portrayal. Okay, not to be rude, maybe later on the writing gets a bit better, but I don't know. Just, again, it really irks me that these are the angels. Like, come on.
And it hurts that this is how we're introduced to them in this show. It's like, seriously? You couldn't have done it any other way? You had to have them act like pompous jerks? Really? Like you really had to have it be that, and you had to be one of the guys who represents them is literally like just an egotistical guy that wants to be a rock star that keeps talking about one thing literally nobody wants to hear. Angel probably would hear about it, but I'm pretty sure even Angel would get annoyed hearing this guy's voice.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that's our first impression of the first episode. Since Neos has already seen the others, I still need to get around watching the rest. I just hope that it's a bit of an improvement, because if this is how you introduce the first episode of a series that has been like on hiatus for quite some time ever since the pilot, yeah, no, not a good impression, honestly. Not a really good one. Okay, so that's pretty much all we have to say. As for what we're doing right now, well, I've been thinking of actually, since honestly I think it's a bit, I think making a review with like and talking about it with someone else, it actually seems more fun than doing it on your own. I think I could have this being a running running series. So yeah, a new series happening. Yeah, me just doing reviews, and yeah, aside from Hazbin Hotel, which yeah, I guess we're gonna go through the later episodes. I would like to also make reviews on other stuff, like if there's a chance, maybe Sonic Frontiers, especially with that DLC. But that's for me to see. So yeah, Neos, if I guess if you have anything to say. I guess maybe actually, where can people find you?
Okay. Well, I guess for where people can find me, you can find me on, well, you can find me on my YouTube channel, that being NeoCyber NeosGamer04, or you could just type in the tag Neo_Cyber and you'll find me that way. But if you were looking for me on anywhere else, well, you can find me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram under Neo_Cyber, which is basically going to be where I post all my art-related stuff. Actually, speaking of which, there's probably a chance, if any of you are staying tuned for any of the stuff going on my channel, there might be a chance that I might be making art-related videos eventually. When? I can't really say, but there's a chance that I'm considering on doing that eventually, if anyone's interested.
Ooh, okay, well, you heard it, guys. Subscribe to his channel. Actually, yeah, no, subscribe to his channel. He makes good videos. And considering that, if you're interested with the whole Kenshin Chaos breakdown that we've been doing at this moment, yep, it's in his channel, so, yep, go ahead, do that. So,
we'd really appreciate if you guys joined in for that.
Oh, yeah.
The videos are pretty fun, although I'll tell you this, for anybody who hasn't seen those videos, get ready to see some, how can I put this? For Reader to release some unadulterated nerd rage, especially in those the latest videos.
Oh yeah, but that's for another time. So yeah, I'm the Godzilla Reader, and
this is NeosGamer,
and we'll see you guys in another review. When? Who knows? But that's all we have to say, and we'll see you guys another time. Bye-bye!
See you around, true believers.